The ARM Institute has ambitious plans to create a one-of-a-kind hub for advanced manufacturing that will benefit from a collaboration among researchers, the U.S. Defense Department, and companies across our region. The goal is to leverage new technologies such as robotics, 3D printing, and machine learning to return America to the cutting edge of global manufacturing. Byron Clayton has signed on as CEO of the ARM Institute, and he's relocated to our region from Louisiana to take the job. And welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome to Pittsburgh.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in manufacturing my whole career, and this was such an opportunity to take manufacturing to the next level. I couldn't pass it up. Yeah.
Well, and so what was it about what they're trying to do here and what you now have an opportunity to lead that really makes it so different and such a unique opportunity from everything else that's going on across the country?
Well, I think so primarily it's about the convergence of technology and talent. And one thing about ARM, we're focused on both. We're focused on taking technology to the next level when it comes to robotic manufacturing, but also working on the workforce, education and workforce, and creating more opportunities.
Surprise a lot of people, because you know the against you guys and your robots in manufacturing is before long they're not going to need any people anymore. Is that really the future that's out there?
That is not the future.
No?
You really have to have the talent and the technology working together. So I'm sure you've heard about collaborative robotics. So it's all about having people do what they're good at, working with and alongside of robots doing what they're good at. And what comes out of that are great opportunities for better, high-paying, and in-demand jobs.
Pittsburgh is on the cutting edge of life-changing technologies. The nation's biggest tech firms, Google, Uber, Facebook, and Amazon, have all set up shop here. And in the next 10 years, Pittsburgh is poised to develop robotic and artificial intelligence technologies that will change not only the city, but also the world.
Years from now, our life is going to be completely different, and Pittsburgh is going to be a key component of driving those changes.
The fear around the country is that this revolution in robotics and automation will take away our jobs. But Byron Clayton of Advanced Robotics for Manufacturing said it actually presents an opportunity to create new industries, especially here in Pittsburgh.
We're going to lose some jobs, no doubt about it. We're going to create better jobs. We'll end up creating more jobs than what we lose.
We'll need workers to service and repair robots, but Clayton says more importantly, all types of workers will be needed to create the industries that produce the robots and industries that use them to manufacture things.
The fourth industrial revolution is here, and a new generation of machines is taking over. Bold Business talked exclusively to industry leaders about the next level of supply chain robotics during the 2019 Synapse Innovation Summit.
That's helping to improve the ability of us to integrate different types of technology into manufacturing. The main thing about the fourth industrial revolution is that it is the connectivity of different types of technologies. People refer to that as the convergence of technology. This is about technology and talent working together to create better products at lower cost.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Byron, I'd like to start with you. You grew up in Ohio, in the industrial Midwest. Your parents both worked in industry. They were members of unions. What do you think when you look at cities like Cleveland, like Pittsburgh, and what happened to the well-paying manufacturing jobs, that sustained families like yours, and how is that impacting families of color today?
So I'll start by saying, with me, I'm a product of a manufacturing household. So we had the opportunity to move from the inner city out to the suburbs because my parents had well-paying jobs. And it's really the reason why I had a chance to have a great education, and it's why I'm where I'm at today. Talk about being in the meeting before the meeting.
That's right.
That's where the decisions are made. And it's a burden and an opportunity for all of us to get out and get into those situations that maybe we're a little uncomfortable, but we're there and we're being heard. That's the most important thing we can do. When you talk about trust in people, that begins with relationships. So it's very important for us to get out, talk to people, communicate, connect.
It's the voice of the global robotics industry and the primary resource for worldwide data on the use of robotics. Here in the Future of Automation Theater, a panel of experts delved into the global race for leadership in robotics and artificial intelligence. The race for leadership, the panel looked at the role of governments, who's ahead and who's lagging behind.
There will be different leaders, but the race never ends. I mean, so it's a competition. I think you have to break it down to two sides. First, there's technology development, okay, and there's leadership in that area. Then there's technology deployment, putting money and policy towards helping the manufacturers, particularly small and mid-sized manufacturers, help reduce the risk and make the decision to move forward with automation. We need to focus more on the implementation side. The government needs to follow the example of ITRI and Fraunhofer and Catapult and many, many others who are putting money and effort and policy towards the implementation and deployment side of high technology and advanced technology and getting it to the factory floor. Idea behind technology is that we create it because it should make our lives easier. I can see technology taking over a lot of things we do today. And as somebody who works a lot of hours a week, I'd hope that would mean that I wouldn't have to work so hard and still have the same lifestyle. Manufacturing renaissance I talked about, I mean, it's real, it's taking place, and it's really going to make things better for manufacturers and the workforce. And that's, you know, it's all about revitalizing the middle class. It's not just about the manufacturers themselves. Right. It's about the workers and the middle class and the American dream. We advance technology for robots, and that's going to help us make things better, cheaper, and faster. And that helps grow opportunities for all of us. It's not about just focusing on the workers of today. We have to focus on the workers of tomorrow. So building and expanding that pipeline is really important. I'm a situational leader, and so I really do believe that you have to adapt your style to the team and the task in front of you. I spent a lot of time while in Cleveland actually traveling around the country and looking at ecosystems and clusters around the country and actually in other countries as well. What's clearly going on and has been going on for years is people are collaborating. My favorite studies, and I read a lot of studies, and one of my favorite ones is by Deloitte. A couple of years ago, but they had interviewed hundreds of CEOs from around the world about a global manufacturing index, right? So what are the types of things that you think has helped to make your company successful, and what types of things will improve that in the future? The number one thing, well, I'll say the number two thing was embracing technology, right? The number one thing was to develop, recruit, and retain talent. That was the number one thing, and that was across the board. Didn't depend what country you're in, that was across the board. So my other piece of advice would be focus on that talent. Make sure that you have a workforce that is willing and able to reskill and learn and apply what they're learning, because that's what's going to make the difference for you. To hire more for potential. If you can't find the person that's experienced, then you have to find a person that has the potential to learn that job. Time, one country will lead in a particular area. Over time, another country will challenge and may take the leadership. This is going to go on forever. It is a competition that's global, it's fierce, and it's accelerating.